Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Thursday night. It's Voicing with Queen on your phones and on your computers. What up, though? What's up,
What
Keish?
up, though, y'all?
Welcome
It's
back. Keish
Thursday,
then got
and
up
we.
out of here on us
Oh
last
yeah,
week.
oh yeah. I had to for a few days. Went out there to Vegas, lost some money, turned up for my mom's birthday. So it's all
Okay.
good. I enjoyed it.
We made it to 54, I think, today.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was. So you had a good time in Vegas.
Yeah, it's
I'm not.
always a good time.
I'm not ready to go back though.
Why?
Because I think I always overspend when I go there.
Oh yeah,
It's just, it's always something to do.
I
So
definitely did overspend, but I had fun doing it. 'Cause shit, I work hard. I'm like, all this money ain't for paying bills. I gotta
that's true.
turn up and have some fun. So
That's true.
yeah,
That's true. I'm glad you enjoy yourself.
for sure.
What up, Mark?
What's the word?
What's going on?
Nothing much. Same old, same old. Just grinding, you know me. Staying productive. All of that.
That's what's up.
I know. When do you get any sleep?
What is sleep? I sleep when I die. I think sleep is a club that people go to at night. I be Googling it, trying to find it and shit. I always hear people talking about going there at night. So I thought it was like a club, that like an after hours. Like I'm going to sleep. I'm going to like, damn, where is this shit everybody going to? And I never seem to
I
be able
never
to find
seen
it.
it. Right.
I
Never seem to
swear.
find it.
I be on social media strolling. I don't care what time of day it is. Mark is on there.
Yes, I take naps. I feel them on that.
I
'Cause the
took
grind
one
is
earlier.
real.
The grind is definitely real. Like I literally had to take one today. Like I am old. Like I am taking naps in the middle of the day.
Yeah. I took that before I came, like 9 o'clock. God damn.
Me too.
I had to go to sleep for a minute, at least for like an hour.
I was in the bed by 5 o'clock. I'm like, wake me up at 7. My
Oh
daughter.
yeah, that's auntie hours. You're an auntie for sure.
Oh, I'm definitely an
Yes.
auntie. An auntie
Big
of
auntie.
many, 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 many.
5 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
early.
I had to see. I'm gonna blame my sister. It's it's all my sister's fault. And when she listens to this, I know she gonna be laughing. Like she always blaming me. Yep, I'm blaming her today. So anybody talk to First Lady? She the reason why I had to take a nap today.
Damn, she got on your nerves that bad? You had to
No,
take a nap?
she didn't get on my nerves.
Oh, okay.
We just been taking care of business today. We've
Okay.
been running and everything. Out of my norm. You know, usually I be chilled in the office. Today I had to step outside the box, literally.
That's what's up. Yeah.
No, that's not what's up.
But I mean, you got to get out here sometimes. I went back to work today. I'm returning back to the stage this weekend.
Yes, you gotta. So we have a show coming up.
Yeah. I'm working with Sedalis Productions this weekend. Poetic Foreplay.
Okay,
Um,
okay. For y'all that don't know, Keisha is a comedian, y'all, from Detroit, and she done brought every stage in this bitch. Punchline.
we out here.
Yeah,
I'm
we
out here.
definitely out here. Angeline, you always there.
Well, yeah, I was there, but yeah, I hosted that room for like 4 years.
Yeah,
So,
you did.
yeah, but I'm opening up my own spot pretty soon.
Hey,
know?
congratulations.
Yes.
That's a big step.
Yeah, it's a big step, big headache, and spending a lot of motherfucking money and shit. I'm about to be poor as hell for the moment. We're doing all the renovations right now, and I'm in East Point. My bar is in East Point, so they send you through a lot of things with different permits and
Yeah.
inspections. So I'm going through all that stuff right now, but we gonna get through it. We gonna open up and we
Definitely.
gonna turn up.
I can't wait. So
Yeah.
you know I'm there. Opening day.
So
Opening day. So we're gonna do a private opening for just close family and
yeah, we're
friends.
gonna do a soft opening, then we're gonna do
Okay.
a grand opening. So one side is regular bar and grill, the other side is gonna be a comedy club.
Okay.
So it's a blessing though. It's a
Yeah.
blessing. It's just you gotta just get through the hard part.
That's true.
And the hardest part was getting the keys though, because they ain't want me to have that bitch. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just about keeping it and maintaining it and getting everything done. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of months.
Okay. Congrats. I can't wait. for that
Yes.
exciting project. So what you got going on this weekend though?
This weekend, I'm working with Sedalis Productions. It's an event I do. I work with them like every year on this event, especially. It's called Poetic Foreplay. You've been to one of the events before.
Yes, a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
they nice too.
yeah. So it is erotic poetry. They have dancers, singers, um, comedy, of course, because I'm gonna be there. So
So when is it? Friday and Saturday?
It's Saturday.
Okay.
At 8 o'clock. Um, I gotta find the address, the flyer, but it's on Oakman. I think that's Highland Park.
Okay.
Highland Park and venue over at Highland Park. But SedalisProductions.com, you can see all the info for the event.
I think I know what you're talking
Purchase
about because they
tickets.
just had another event this past weekend,
Yeah.
a poetry event. I was there with Zaza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know you've been to the events before. That
Yeah.
event with Tank.
Yep, yep. The tank event. Oh, I forgot about the tank event.
Yeah.
That was really, really nice.
Yeah,
The
that was
after
really
party
nice.
was at.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really nice. The vendors, everything. It was nice and packed. The food was good. Unfortunately, I don't eat that mess no more, but
What? You vegan now?
yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't know that.
pescatarian.
Okay.
Yep. It'll be
Yeah.
2 years in April. I have not had no meat besides fish, shrimp,
Okay.
and I cheat with some lamb chops
Right.
or whatever. Now for my birthday, my sister did cook. I had a taste for steak, so she made me some steak bites and some rice. I only could eat a little bit. I ain't gonna say what happened afterwards,
Uh-oh.
my
What
body,
that toilet say?
a bloop bloop.
No.
my body really told me like, we don't do that no more. I'm like, okay, I agree. It won't happen no more. Okay.
Hell no. Oh, I found the address. It's 1400 Oakman Street.
Yeah.
That's in Detroit. So look, y'all need to get y'all tickets now because it's gonna sell out. This is an event. It's like 400 plus people each and every year.
Yeah.
It's one of the livest erotic, poetry events in the city, and they have burlesque.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, where the freaks at? Come on now. This ain't for the kids.
For sure.
This for the grown and sexy.
And on top of that, it's almost Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and it's it's an event that caters to men and women. So fellas, don't feel like you can't come because there's gonna be some ass and titties up in there for sure.
If they don't come for nothing else, they can come for that.
Yes. So I will be there for sure.
Oh, that's what's up. So y'all heard her. Come out this weekend. Y'all got no plans. Y'all got some plans now. Get y'all tickets because they events be off the hook. If y'all don't know about their events, they events be off the
Off
hook.
the chain. Yeah.
Off the chain. It never fails.
Right.
It never fails. Man, so over this past weekend, a video popped up. I'll be Instagram strolling. So while I'm Instagram strolling, the video come across. It and the caption caught me was like the 6-year-old is being molested on the bus by an older boy. And this was like, huh? Wait a minute. So how the story is going is the little boy apparently ride this bus to school every single day. And it's cameras on the bus, but
I saw that. Yep.
apparently they have nobody to monitor cameras because if they're there, they're supposed to be monitored, I would think, But what came to light is that his book bag came up missing and they went back through the footage to see what happened to his book bag, and that's when they seen that he had been getting molested, and they went back some more months into their investigation, just to see, looking at the footage, the little boy has been getting molested for months on the bus, in the back of the bus for months. Now, being a bus driver, usually they got this big ass mirror in the front that sees the whole bus in the back. They got these big mirrors on the side. Even if you don't have a bus assistant, you mean to tell me you don't know what's going on? You don't hear the ruckus? Because I know he ain't just taking it just because he wants to take it. So it's like, if you talking about when they interviewed her, she said she thought they was fighting. Even with thinking they was fighting,
Isn't that cause to intervene?
that part,
Right.
Usually they pull over the bus and they start yelling at the kids.
Right. Get y'all ass on the bus.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you mean to tell me all this time you haven't investigated or whatever, like, the mama mad as hell. I'd be mad as hell. I'd be in jail, though. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah, she was so mad. Even her wig looked mad. I seen the video. And I would be mad as hell, too. She should be mad. Let some shit like that happen to one of my nephews. The whole damn church, my church, the family, we all coming up to that bitch.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's
My thing
crazy.
is, how old is this little boy? Because 6 years old, that means it's elementary.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like,
first grade.
yeah, like first, second grade. So how much older could this little boy really be? And I feel like they need to investigate the little boy's family and household, because where do he get this type of mannerism
Right.
from?
That's a learned behavior.
It's definitely a learned behavior.
You know, kids do what they see or they do things from experience. That young. Now, yeah, I was looking through the article too, and it didn't say how old the other child was. It didn't put his age in there. So.
That's sad. It's really sad that you have to go to school and deal with something.
Did they say what
that
grade
serious.
they were in?
No, they just said the
No,
little
they
boy that got abused was 6 years old, and they just keep saying that the other young boy just older. So we don't know how much older he is. They ain't really giving out no details, I guess, to try to protect the young boy or whatever.
Right,
but
that's what it seemed like. And it seemed like they always protecting.
Yeah, it seemed like the laws are more all in a lot of arenas, right? Laws are made to protect the criminals more so than the prosecute
it
them.
is. But remember, we just spoke about this last week. The miscarriages in the justice field. I mean, it's not designed to help the innocent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. You can't tell me that it is.
And this shit is so serious because, you know, this is going to have a long-lasting effect on this child. This child's only
Absolutely.
6 years old.
6, a baby.
A baby.
His life just started beginning.
Yeah, so they definitely, yeah, the bus driver, I mean, how long can you actually go without knowing some shit like this is happening on your bus? Like, that means you ain't doing your
say
Either
that
job.
it was
that or
the-
you don't care.
Yeah, because a lot of times there's multiple different reasons why bus drivers will opt out of intervening in a situation like that. But
At least report it to the school when you pull up or something
was
of
it
that
the
sort.
same bus driver throughout the whole time, the months that this abuse was going on? Was it the same bus driver? Do we even know that much? Or?
From what it was said, yes. Like, it's been the same one all this time. And she said she thought they was fighting. And even with that, like I said, you don't go investigate. And even if you don't want to intervene, right? Because you do have kids that would say stuff more than happened. They'll lie about the situation or whatever.
I
And
mean,
you don't want to get yourself
multiple
involved.
times where we've seen, even with them only being, we'll just say 6 years old, because we know the age of that one. Even with them being that young,
Yeah.
sometimes they'll get up and attack the bus driver. We've seen
Absolutely,
multiple different.
right.
So, like I said, there's multiple different reasons why, and I'm not justifying the reason why the bus driver did intervene, but just knowing the climate of a school bus and how these kids are nowadays, you just can imagine, some reasons why a bus driver wouldn't, but that's still not right.
Right.
At the end of the day, like I said, it's still protocols. You
Right.
still have
You
still got a boss.
I'm
You
about to say,
got
you took
somebody
that
that you have to
job.
talk
Yeah.
to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's people at the school that you can talk to. So even if you don't want to intervene, you still could have told someone that could have intervened, and this
Right.
could have been stopped a long time ago. Now, like you said, this gonna be a lasting effect on this young boy.
Yeah.
I think it's almost a necessity now. I ain't gonna say almost. I think it's a necessity now. Just like we have, a whole police department dedicated to the bus, the DOT police. Right. We need at least like some security guards. It needs to be more than just a bus's assistant. Right. Another, person who's like a backup bus driver. That's not what we need. We need someone who has more of a security presence.
Well, even with that, even if it is a bus assistant, once again, a bus assistant usually sits in the middle or at the end of the
Right.
bus to see what's going on in the front. You know what I'm saying?
Was there a
towards
bus
the front.
assistant on this one? Probably
I
not.
probably
didn't
not.
say-
They didn't say
that
that.
it was, no.
Nope, they didn't say at all.
And the reason why I say that is because, as far as there needing to be a more security appearance to this person or whoever it is that's holding that position down on the bus, is because if the kids look at this assistant or whatever the bus monitor is as the same respect level as the bus driver, right? Almost like a substitute teacher.
Right.
Right.
What is the substitute teacher in the classroom going to help? Unruly kids if the main teacher can't help them?
That's
Probably
true.
not. So we need more of probably a security presence, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
on the bus, as opposed to just a bus's assistant, because she just looked like the teacher, the substitute teacher on the bus. That we don't respect her either.
Right. Absolutely. And I get that part. But at the end of the day, you still have a boss. You really just turned a whole blind eye to this boy being raped every single damn day on the bus. And who knows if it's going to school or coming home from school or if it's happening both times. And clearly the boy don't want it to be done because you already said
It was a struggle.
It was a
He thought
struggle.
they was fighting, so.
Absolutely.
And then,
So you've seen some kind of commotion going on back there.
Right. So you know something had to be going on. And then my thing is, what about the other kids
that's what I
that
was about
had
to say.
that
Like,
witnessed it? You know, is they going to get them help too? Because that's a traumatic
Yeah.
experience for them.
They probably gonna have to sit. They probably sitting all them down and interviewing them like one by one. Did you see anything on the bus? You know, that's just crazy.
Yeah, I've said they went back and watched all them videotapes of each for the last 2-3
that little boy
months.
is either doing that to other kids at home or somebody's doing that to him.
I'd
Yeah.
say somebody
Right.
doing it to him.
Mhm.
I'd say somebody did it to him, probably the same way, forcefully. Because, you know, some predators are forceful and some predators can, be
No.
so sweet or whatever.
lure
you
you
know,
in.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? So he probably
On some
was one of the
Charles
ones that
Pugh
was
shit.
that.
Buying shit, take you to Cedar Point, and all that shit.
well, in Charles Pugh's defense, just a little bit.
What?
At least,
Just a little bit what?
at least his men's was in high
His
school.
men's. They still kids,
No,
nigga.
they still no.
They still kids.
You
See,
brought them up. We talking about kids and kids.
a kid is a kid, okay? It doesn't matter if they high school, elementary.
But the thing,
It's grown.
but how many females in high school has talked to older guys?
All of them.
Exactly.
Not me.
So it's a problem. I did. My men always have been older, so it was like
16 years old, and this nigga coming up to the high school on spinners.
in a Cadillac.
26 years old and shit, 27, picking up 16, 17
It's
year
fucked
old.
up.
But I'm just saying.
It's fucked up. He got an old school.
Yeah, he is an old school.
Right. This nigga is old enough to be your uncle. You talking about he got an old
I did not
school.
know that he was that old until the story broke or whatever. It was
Yeah.
just like, what? Are you serious? Like,
See, them gray dick hairs got scared. Like, oh, wow. Like, oh my, sir. What are those? They're gray.
what is white chocolate
You
balls?
told me you was 22.
White
30,
It
42.
was Santa Claus, not Santa's balls. All white everything,
Let me
huh?
be good. It all right, everything.
Not all white, everything. Look, listen, I don't even want to think about how white his balls is.
Especially now. He's probably about 54 now.
Is he still locked up or is he released now?
Who?
Charles Prue.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, he out here in these streets.
He back out?
Yeah, he out. They was trying to get another
He
show
back out.
going
I
with
was about to say, he
him.
back out and was trying to get back on TV.
Yeah, they was trying to do a show and they canceled it. Like, no, it's too soon. You fresh out. You can't
Fresh
go
out,
back
bro.
and be out here like that. You gotta go back to being a waiter now. Waitress. I mean, waiter.
Waitress.
Waitress.
Waiter.
Waiter.
Yeah.
Waitress.
Waiter.
It don't matter.
Well, whatever. That's
Just-
what he was doing in New York when he had moved and left.
I don't
Being
know.
A waiter
I
had like a
stopped
fancy
finding-
restaurant, so you go back to doing that. You know, you can't. No,
Lord Jesus.
you can't represent the people no more. You do some shit like that. That's fucked up.
No, no.
Yeah, that's crazy. These
So
poor
much,
babies.
so successful though. Like the downfall of that is just like heartbreaking though, because he had so much going for himself from
He
the start.
did.
Even when he was in high school, they just knew like this nigga is gonna be
So
the one.
he's gonna make it and everything.
Yeah,
Once again, another story of a man thinking with his other head instead of the one on his shoulders.
he thinking with the head and the ass.
Well, well, they next door to each other, so I guess.
Okay, they are okay. They next door. Okay,
Not next
they
door.
next door, around the corner.
It's, I
Okay.
mean, because
Maybe
it's
one lives above the other. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Two
maybe
family
he's in
flat.
he's in an apartment upstairs.
Right.
I hope don't no kids watch this.
They should be asleep. Shit, what time is it? Shit, these kids, hey,
Because
these
it's about to
kids
get
nowadays
graphic.
they talk more shit than me.
Why you bullshit?
They do. They really
They
do.
do.
They really do. And they should be funny too.
They do be funny
It
though.
do be funny. They be on it. They don't be playing anything.
Yeah, go to their phone. They be talking all type of shit. Like, nigga, I'm outside on my bike. My nephew told a friend, like, man, I can't. He was like, man, I can't come outside and get the game because my mama not here. She said I can't have no company. He was like, I just put it through the window. He like, fuck it. I said, fuck what? Fuck what? I'm like, hey, like you need to go through this little nigga phone. He talking that shit, man.
And it's crazy because they know exactly how to use the shit the correct way.
Right.
They do not be off beat at
They
all
don't.
with their language. I be like, what?
Yeah, they've heard enough. Slip out of our mouths.
I know.
You know, my daughter tried to play that one. She like, I got it from you. I said, no, you didn't.
Don't do what
Come
I
on
do.
now.
Be
I
better
said,
than
no,
me.
you didn't.
Don't do what I
I
do.
said, I don't cuss every 5 seconds. That was your grandfather.
Don't do what I do.
She's talking about, oh yeah, granddaddy, it was every other word. Sometimes it be 5 cuss words in a row. I be like, in normal conversation. So imagine how the conversation went if he was actually upset.
Right.
That part. You'd be like,
they are advanced. But speaking of our kids like being advanced, shoot, since these situations are happening, should we start talking to them earlier about sex and
of course.
you know, I think a lot of people are not doing that though.
They're not.
They're not.
They're not. See, I always have had them talks with my kids. Somebody
Yeah.
don't let them touch you here. Don't let them touch you there. As a matter of fact, don't let them get too close. You know, you're a little girl. You don't sit on no man's lap. I don't care
Right.
if it's your granddaddy, it's your uncle.
Yeah.
You don't sit on their lap. I don't care if it's your daddy. Don't sit on a man's lap. You're a young girl.
And
Period.
Yeah, sometimes it's people that you trust and
It's
close
always-
to the family, a family member sometimes.
But they say it's
You know.
9 times out of 10, it's always somebody close to you that
Yeah.
does that. And just like they say, it's always somebody close to you that rob you, kill you,
yeah,
you know.
gotta be careful out here.
And it said, and we do. And I said that, remember, I said that, like, we need to bring back sex education to these schools. But now, the way things are going, we need to bring it back a little bit younger now. See, at that time, it was what, middle school, high school?
Yeah, high school is when I had
Mostly.
like health.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think now they need to start off a little bit earlier on teaching these kids, and then the parents need to, start talking to their children, let them know they ain't never too young, And it's surprisingly, you hear some parents be like, "Well, they too young to know about this. They
No,
too
they
young."
is not.
No, they is
They
not.
not. They put all types of shit on TV and the cartoons and everything.
Yeah,
So hey, you need to start talking to them earlier. I say shit. Middle school is perfect because with like putting like sex education, health education into middle school, because I didn't have it until I was in high school, and that's the time they start going through puberty, middle school.
that's true.
So I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And then we start teaching them about it ourselves at home, because shit, they know everything about everything else.
Absolutely. And I get down and greedy with mine. I'm like, my son, when I found out he wasn't a virgin, I was like, boy, I wanted to strangle him. But then I had to come to terms, like, you're a young man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now I need you to be careful.
All right.
I need you to wrap it up.
Here go this banana, and this how you put it on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if she want to give you
Right.
head. put a condom on.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, why I got? Because these people could have diseases in their mouth.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have open sores in your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
open cuts you may not know about.
Right.
You know,
You
so
said it like that.
because
May not see the
I
cuts.
I had to because so years ago, I had to bring it to my son like that, like totally, like for real with him because you just never know. And it takes me back to my godson when he was in high school. It was his high school senior trip. They went on a cruise. The, they took the kids on
On
a
a
cruise.
cruise?
They had a cruise for
Wow.
their senior trip. Okay, so
Who idea was that?
I wanted to know too, but I don't think they probably have it anymore because
Right.
when they came back, a lot of the young men had to get tested, and a lot of them had chlamydia.
Oh, well, we
And-
know what type of train they went on the train and a cruise.
I'm about to say, they get on a boat or a train. They took a boat to get on a
Wow,
train.
they all got it from the same one. Damn, that's sad.
And a lot of them was like, I don't see how that was happening because only thing she did was give us head, and this. I'm like,
Sex education. Y'all was skipping during that class.
they didn't have it.
Oh damn.
I think
Yeah.
that was the first year that they really took it out the
I
school.
mean, it's a lot of basic education classes that they don't have, or things that they used to teach that are non-existent no more. I mean, we could talk
Absolutely.
about cursive writing. They don't teach
yeah.
that no more,
No.
right?
No.
A lot of schools don't even have band anymore. You know what I mean? And that was help for a lot of kids. I mean, it wouldn't be
Yes.
no 7-mile radio if it wasn't for Osborne Marching Band. You know what I mean? They don't have home economic classes,
Nope.
right? When they used to teach us everything from how to bake bread to how to change a baby's diaper. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Men and women, right? It
Absolutely.
wasn't gender roles.
No, it wasn't. Everybody had to
everybody
know-
learned everything.
Everybody had to
Because
learn
you
how to
may-
sew. You had to
Yep, all
sew
that.
a certain way. You had to learn how to cook. You had
I
to learn
mean,
all
shop
that.
class, drafted, right? Teaching us
Yeah,
how to
we
do
did all
wood
that.
shop, right?
Yeah, we did.
All
I
of that
love
stuff.
wood
We
shop.
did. I did too.
Yeah.
I mean, and those are skills that or things that that could translate into jobs later on down there, or
Right.
just life
Absolutely.
skills that you actually needed. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Economics. They even had. Like banking and economic classes back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Teaching
They
us about
did.
credit, but now
They don't have
Yeah.
that no more.
Nah, they cut all that extra stuff out. I was so disappointed with my old high school band when I went to the football game. They had like 2 trumpets, 1 flute, 3 drums. We used to have like
It was a half a band.
it was just some niggas out there with instruments.
it was just niggas out there with
we,
instruments.
we, we, I don't know what they was playing. We started going off in the crowd like the alumni, like, man, what the fuck is y'all doing? To the kids, we like, we sorry, but what the fuck is they doing?
Like for real, for real.
They weren't even playing. They had
And it's
like,
probably the same instruments y'all played on and shit.
I think it was. That's why they weren't working. Shit.
The same skins on the drums, valves on the
like, what
horns
happened?
rusted out.
Our band used to be massive. Used to be big. It used to be good. I don't know what the hell was going on, but it's the funding. It's the
But
program.
okay, so let's talk about funding then.
Okay.
So when they implemented and brought to the forefront of extending lottery to have lottery be played on a Sunday, right? Remember, it was a time you didn't play lottery on Sundays. You couldn't. It was strictly Monday through Saturday. So when they made that proposal, they said a lot of that money is going to go to the schools. Where's that money? Because it ain't going to the schools, but yet you have billions of dollars that
The
people
charters,
is
the
playing.
suburban schools,
Yeah.
suburban schools.
Yeah,
And shit.
I
And that's not
explained
cool.
this on, I forget what other podcast that was on the network. We was kind of talking about a similar situation with the schools, but think about all of the abandoned and rundown, abandoned school buildings that are around, right? And in just about every one of those neighborhoods, they either built another school or it was another school around it that was still usable, and they renovated it, added on to it, right?
absolutely.
So now think about the World Trade Center. If you know anything about the World Trade Center and why that actually happened, it was the biggest insurance job in U.S. history, right? Because when they built the towers, they sprayed asbestos. All of the beams was covered in asbestos. So it was basically cheaper to tear them down than to, renovate it and clean all of that out, right? So the water crisis, right, in Flint, right? There has always been a water crisis in Detroit, right? And we know that there's a lot of kids, a lot of people who have suffered the same diseases from Legionnaires and all of these other diseases that come from the bad water in the city of Detroit, right?
Right.
And we've heard about lead pipe issues in the city of Detroit, lead
Absolutely.
contaminated, right?
Yeah.
So now when you think about back in the days, right, when we were kids, there was a lot of talks about lead in the water in the schools.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
so it's cheaper to just tear
Tear
these
it
schools
down.
down, right?
Then invest money in it.
and yeah, invest money in it and fix it. And then now to say if you tear it down, if you fix the problem, then you're identifying that there was a problem. So now if you identify that there's a problem, now who's responsible for all of these sick kids that's been drinking this lead water in these school buildings all of this time? So to wipe all of that away, we're just gonna tear down these schools, abandon them, build new ones, or build new schools outside of the city and have the people send their kids there, right? Because we know where the funding comes from, the count day, right? And the kids ain't their own count.
We just had count day the other day.
We ain't getting no money. So that's why I think all of the schools is the way they are in Detroit right now. That they just avoided that whole lead conversation with all of our kids and us, we being the ones that
For sure.
affected by that. Now that we this age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's crazy, but yet our kids still need these programs, and the money that's coming from this, we need that into our own city, not outside the outskirts. What about our city?
Right. And
What about our kids in our inner city? Our kids need something to do. They need real schools and they need real education.
They don't want that, of course.
Of course
because
not.
Hell no.
Of course not.
I mean, you see
That's
where
why
they-
it's up to
you
us
see where
to
they're
make shit
investing-
happen.
You see where they're investing their money at, right?
Of course.
You know,
It's not for our people.
And they're making things even tougher in our areas as far as just the
yeah,
living
for
conditions,
sure.
They
the cost
are.
of living. I mean, everything. So
Yeah.
it's making things more. And the element of crime happens in impoverished areas. So the more you impoverish this area, and then you got this area over here shining and building up, is creating more tension for one in the whole area. And people in our areas is helping to create the narrative that we are the animals and we are what's making the city bad and all of that.
Making a mockery out of us, like
Making
you
a mockery,
said.
basically.
Like I said last week, once again, making a mockery out of us and our race, like we ain't shit. They play us like peons, and we play ourselves more like peons because a lot of us is still asleep.
Yeah.
Speaking of making a mockery of us, remind me to ask Kim from the Shenanigans Show about that situation at her school.
I was just about to ask you,
yeah.
did you find out any information about that one?
We had we've had a show last week, but it wasn't brought up. So I'm gonna ask her right when I get off the show because we'll talk about it on this coming week.
Okay. Because I still want to know about that because
Yeah.
I don't like that
Me
either.
neither.
Yeah,
Like, that's
crazy.
just these people. But these the people that we elected. These the people that we put in these positions. These the people that we trusted to do what's right for our people, but they really not. And our kids is affected by all of it
Right.
in the worstest ways possible. And that's the problem with our society and our little communities now.
Yeah. When you go out to the suburban schools, they got state of the art equipment.
They do.
I went out the country day. We actually used to play them, and I walked into the gym where they train at. I'm like, damn, is this a college? Like,
Yeah,
what's
now
going on?
that I had a conversation on this show about going to school here in Detroit, DPS versus when I moved to Germany.
No.
Okay, so and no, because that was the same show that I brought up the other school point. So being in DPS school when I was younger, in elementary and middle school, was really elementary school, right? I was maybe a C, D average school student. You know what I mean? And we all know the conditions of Detroit public schools back in the day as far as everything. We talking about the school books. We talking about
Right.
the teachers.
Depressing as hell.
Yeah, right. Everything. Just, the schools
Books
is
falling
just
apart.
not up to par at all. Right.
Right.
So then, go over to, I moved to Germany with my dad. And, we over there on the Army base, you know what I'm saying? And they got AVID classes on there. First off, I'm in the 6th grade, and how you said, damn, is this a college campus? Actually, over there on the Army base, the school was a campus. The elementary, the middle, and the high school was a campus. So I'm in 6th grade. Every time the bell ring, I had to go outside to my next class.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right? So it was like that. And advanced as hell. So I go from being a CD average student in Detroit public schools with the poorest conditions to going to Germany in the AVID classes and advanced classes, going to be an AB average student because the conditions were so much different. The school was more motivating. The energy with the school was clean. The books was fresh. It made you want to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Bright colors on the wall. It was just motivating. You know what I'm saying, to a kid. So they create these kind of conditions in our area purposely to drain our kids to you know what I mean? They don't. That's the reason why they don't invest in it, and they invest into that type of stuff out there. Because they know the difference that it makes. They know the difference.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And I said that once again, it starts with us. We have to start stepping up and making our voices heard to say, no, we have to do it as a whole. We can get together and we can pray for people that we don't even know, millionaires, about the shit they going through. But what about praying for our own community, our own children as a whole? You know what I'm saying? How about we voice our opinions about how neglectful our children is?
As a whole, society
they've been neglected.
Puts a lot of unnecessary thought and energy into shit that doesn't mean anything.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? As far as being productive to people as a whole.
Absolutely. And we have to, how you expect for our kids to become doctors and everything of that sort, entrepreneurs, if they don't have the skill set in school to do so. We have to push that.
Yeah, because my elementary school, shit, I cried every day I went. It looked like a jail. From the outside, like, what the
But
fuck?
see, but do y'all know about the school to prison pipeline?
Yeah.
Do you know about all of the similarities between the school institution and the prison institution? All the way from the way the halls are looking and set up, right? The bell ringing, like everything. There's a warden, the principal. It's like everything is the school institution is just basically a baby prison institution.
Yeah, it is. You get that little tray at lunch. You got
food,
detention.
all that, the lunchroom, everything.
You go outside to recess, walk on a yard, like, nigga, that's my dodgeball.
All of that. See, look at the parallels
It
between
really
school
is.
and prison.
It really is. It goes hand in hand. And I'm glad I have, I don't remember too many of my teachers from school as far as high school on down. But college-wise, I have 3 professors that I'm still cool with or whatever, and I can reach out to them whenever. They my friends on Facebook, and I love that dynamics. One of them is my science teacher. Another one is my Black history teacher and my English teacher. Well, professors, I'm sorry. I want to take that title from them. And so, you do have some teachers and faculties that is about really wanting the children to learn and then like that. Some of them really, really does care.
Yeah,
but even those ones, they mess over.
I know. Like, shout out to my favorite teacher, Miss Englehart from Hanstein Elementary. She rewarded us when we did good. She got permission from our parents. Like, I'm gonna take them out to dinner if it's okay with you. She did that. Like, if you got, A's on your spelling test, she would take you out. And then she used her own money to buy us things like for the classroom, her own money out her pocket to buy supplies that we didn't have, but she wanted us to have them. And teachers don't be getting paid like that.
They don't.
So it take a real bitch to do that.
Yeah, it really do. You have to really love what you do when it come down to it.
Yeah, you be passionate about it, And she didn't have to do that. She could just be like, oh well, this is what we got, and this is it.
But she loved her children.
Yes.
She loved her children. And we do have some teachers who still, it's like that to today. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's as many as we did back in the day, though.
Not as many.
Not as many.
Yeah.
And
No, I ain't nowhere near.
nowhere near. They like, I'm just trying to
Yes.
come in, teach you what I need to teach you, and get the hell. I got my own
Right.
kids to teach to.
And part of that, I believe, is because just the lack of discipline that the kids have now, and the teachers can't even get to the point where they love their jobs that much because the kids is too difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
But
You know what I mean?
I feel like this.
Not to say the difficult kids just came and like started or nothing. Like
Yeah.
kids have always been, have always had trouble kids or whatnot.
They
but
got a different attitude.
it's a whole different
They,
breed.
they,
a
yeah,
different
it's a
level.
whole
That's
different
they on a
level.
different
And then
level.
you can't even
They
talk
will
to these
shoot
kids
you now.
without.
The fifth grade
Yeah.
boy, you remember
He
they
just-
shot the teacher.
I was just about to bring that up. Like, these kids, they getting hooked to these weapons. Another
Yeah.
young boy just brought a weapon to school, like last week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like he just said, another student came in and shot his teacher. Like,
Yeah. So they skirting off in the parking lot like, fuck them kids. Shit.
Man,
most definitely. They're like, I just want to come in. If you want to learn, you're going to learn. If you don't, then, oh, well, I'm not going to press you or whatever. And once again, like I said, it starts at home. I keep saying it, and I say it over and over again. It starts at home. But how do we protect our children that is going to school from being abused by other children?
the best way I can think of, just immediately off the top of my head, is to establish the best and closest relationship with your children as possible while
Sometimes
they're
you,
younger.
but
right?
sometimes you can have that. You can have that, and they still will be afraid to tell you certain things, regardless of the fact.
Right.
You
Right.
can be you.
I mean, there's no foolproof. I mean,
It's-
if it was a
it's not.
foolproof button that you can push to just prevent it, like we would all,
Absolutely.
be banging that boy, right? But yeah, so it's just, and the reason why I say what I said is just because that's the key to, I guess, just them being open enough to come to you and talk to you about it at the end
Yeah.
of the day. You know what I mean? You want to try to establish the best lines of communication possible and understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they have to trust you. They have to really your kids have to trust you. That's what
That's
it is.
true,
You know what I mean? And not. I think what some parents' issue is that they instill more fear into their kids than trust. So I'm too scared of you to trust you. You can tell me that I'm not gonna get in trouble if I tell you this, or you can tell me to come to you about anything. But the way that you've scolded me about certain things leads me to believe that you wouldn't be able to. I feel like I know how you're gonna react and how you can handle certain things. So I'm gonna use my own judgment and not tell you certain things.
I know I have had a very close relationship with both of my children, and it was an incident that happened with my son at school, and I found out about it afterwards, and I'm like, why you didn't tell me? He said the reason why he didn't tell me is because he knew how I was, and he didn't want me to go to jail.
Oh, shit.
And it was like, damn, am I that bad or that protective? But I guess it would be probably true.
Protective
so it's
wouldn't be the word. He just knows how. Lack of a better way of saying it, how you will react. It's not about
Yeah.
protecting him.
So
He's like, my
it's
mama a
a-
hothead, and she
No,
ain't gonna,
it's not even so much of being a hothead. He like, I'm gonna go for what's right or whatever, and he know that I'm gonna, when it come down to my children,
You gonna pop the fuck off.
no, it's not. I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna listen to you because I know my kids could be on something. See, you have to have accountability, right? You have to understand your children and know when your children
no,
on
I'm
some
saying you
bullshit.
gonna fuck somebody up over your kid.
Of course.
Somebody he didn't want to tell you.
Of course. But if my kid is on some
Right.
bullshit, my kid gonna
Right.
get the blood of that. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna place the responsibility correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
so
I
maybe
think
he
that's
don't
a-
want to tell you because maybe it's some smoke in there for him and shit, huh?
That part, and it was.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said sometimes it be not only, them having fear. Sometimes you can have that closeness with your kids. They just, certain stuff, they just don't want to talk to you about that. You know what I'm saying? In fear of maybe getting in trouble or that person getting in trouble or something of that sort. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now with this little boy, I feel for him because, like you said, he's gonna be scarred for life.
Right. He gonna have to go to
He
a new
gonna
school.
He definitely gonna have to go to
In
a
the
new school.
the bus driver, y'all should be held accountable. Because
I think she should be fired
Well, yes, when you send your kid to school, you entrusting these people
to
that your
protect them
kid,
and get them there
right? It's
safely.
gonna come home and not have to deal with nothing like this. Like, okay, you deal with other stuff in school, like bullies, or you just might not be interested in that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But to be on the bus and this happens to you, like it's unacceptable.
It's very
If
unacceptable.
you walk to school, it's dangerous. If you get on the bus going to school, it's dangerous. While you're in the school, it's dangerous. I mean, unseen dangers. We got school shootings, people going into school with guns. On the way home is that, like, man, like it is. I'm going to homeschool my kids, man. It's like
it's never a break.
It seems like it's more cons than pros now sending your kids to school, on top of, like, in our community or our colony, as I like to say, because we don't have a community because we don't own shit.
Yeah.
In our
That's
colony,
true.
right? We
That is true.
That's why I call it it's not a
No.
Yeah.
it made me forget my damn point. Our kids our kids, I forgot. I got to go back and watch the footage.
But look, CPS need to come into that other home.
Yes, they need to investigate that little boy's whole everything. Like,
something going on.
Something had to have happened to him, or is happening to him, in order for him to subject that to somebody else. Hurt people, hurt people.
Kids, or somebody's doing it to him, possibly both.
Yeah.
Right? Possibly both. So, we got to find out the core of where this is coming from. If not, if it's just something random that he just so happened to start it, his parents needs to know.
He got to be stopped,
because he can't be put on the sex offenders list now at this age, and that's the crazy part.
And it's also like, how many other students have he did it to? Like, did he do it to somebody else? Have he done it to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Is other kids afraid of him? The reason why they didn't speak up and say anything, like,
right?
Sometimes
people are threatening you, like, you better not tell nobody, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
That's true. That shit still work.
Yeah. He didn't say nothing.
That's true. That's true. But what about the other kids that was around? You can't tell me that all these kids on the bus together and you don't know.
Nobody's seen nothing.
Nobody's seen nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Like this, it's just.
And with the bus driver, you ain't looking your rearview mirror not one goddamn time.
That big ass, you can see 3 roads. I mean, 3 lanes.
She ain't hear nothing. You know how the bus driver on The Simpsons had the headphones on. Maybe she had the headphones on.
You're not supposed to be driving with headphones
exactly.
on. So even if you was doing, if she was doing that,
she wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing. Not to see that shit.
She
not one. It's been going on for months.
This wasn't a one-time incident. Like I can understand you missed it one time or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, because you not paying attention. You know what I'm saying. But you talking about months of this boy being abused on your bus, and you don't know nothing about it, and you talking about. You just thought they was fighting. You didn't think to go back there and investigate or find out why they fighting damn near every single day. You talking about every single day, Monday through Friday. The school is open Monday through Friday. And you're talking about
she's just driving and dropping kids off. That's all she was
And you
doing.
talking about Texas. Ain't no snow in Texas, so they don't have no snow days.
So that's all she was doing, is just driving and getting them kids the hell off the bus. And going home. She
need to be held accountable. The school need to be held accountable, because even with the cameras, they should have somebody monitoring them cameras and looking at them daily.
What's the point of having them?
I guess.
No, I'm just saying, if you're not monitoring them,
somebody gonna steal the bus?
Having the cameras on the bus.
Somebody gonna steal the bus? Somebody gonna steal?
They might though. They might. Niggas steal buses.
Well, they just stole the tow truck, didn't they? So I guess so.
Hey, they can steal anything,
If it's not nailed down, they'll probably take the nails too.
So going forward, this school is gonna have to change. They're
gonna have to change everything.
Transport these kids. Like I know on special education buses, they have like a bus monitor that monitor the kids because
of their behaviors and stuff.
Right. So it's time to put them on all the buses. All the cheese buses need a security guard or somebody.
Because apparently all of the kids are special ed at this point. Just put wheelchair ramps on all the buses.
Yeah,
You know what
fuck
I'm saying?
it.
Put the referee on there.
Everybody.
It is what it is.
We gotta do what we gotta do for these kids, no
We-
matter what it takes.
We have to make sure they safe,
Right.
especially our babies. Like, he's a baby. Imagine your 6-year-old. You finding out your 6-year-old you just took his whole life from him.
Mine would be homeschooled after that shit. I wouldn't trust another damn school, another bus.
Me either.
Nobody. You gotta be homeschooled.
Yeah.
And we gonna have to put you in therapy so you can function after this shit some type of way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's hard to recover from some shit like that. Especially when you find out, like, really what sex is. You know?
And find out about it the wrong way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That could be tormenting. Very.
Like, damn, that happened to me. You know, like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm a victim.
Mhm. And sometimes victims becomes the predators.
Yeah.
And so he definitely gonna have to have a therapist for probably the rest of his life to deal with this. And that's so sad that his whole life was destroyed by somebody else.
Yeah. So
Another child. That's crazy.
yeah. So we gotta just have these conversations over and over again, and drill it in their heads. Like, if somebody is doing something to you, speak up, tell somebody. If you don't want to tell me, shoot, tell your cool ass auntie, Keish, or something. You know, or tell. You know, tell a teacher, tell somebody.
Tell somebody you trust. Tell your best friend. Tell your cousin. Tell your sister, your brother,
Don't let
whoever.
nobody touch you. This is an inappropriate area. And if somebody touch you there, you need to tell me, or you need to tell somebody.
Immediately.
Right. I don't care if it's your friend, your cousin, a family member, your teacher. Don't let nobody touch you in this area. And if somebody touch you in this area, you need to let me know.
My kid's pediatrician, they have been going into him since he was born till he retired. And he was like that. Even with my son, I be in the room with him. He'll tell my son, he'll tell my daughter all the time, don't let nobody touch you here. Don't let nobody touch you here. If they do, tell your mama, this, that, and that. He always reiterated it to them every time they went for their doctor's visits. You know what I'm saying? He'll ask them, you know, questions or whatever. And that was a great pediatrician. I hate that he retired, but yeah. And you got to have more people like that. Like I said, it takes a village, and it starts at home. And we have to make our voices known, and we have to stand up for our kids, especially our babies. They can't stand up for themselves.
Yep, absolutely.
They could cuss at each other, but they can't really cuss.
It's sad that you gotta like pre-warn them about people that you're supposed to trust, like these coaches.
Yeah.
You know, it's a couple of them that been doing some shit. You know.
Most definitely.
Like, you can't trust the coaches. It's crazy out here. Like, damn, I would never think he would do something like that. But hey, people into all types of shit.
And you just never know. One day
You can't trust family members. I mean, we seen the one story that I posted a few weeks back about the guy who got caught raping his daughter.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and the family beat his ass.
I got another one in my inbox going on right now from someone who. This lady had a conversation with this man on Facebook, and he's in Detroit, and he's basically talking about how he is fantasizing and infatuated with his daughter and his granddaughter. And for some reason or another, it's just a real graphic conversation. It's just like, why do they know certain things about you? Like, you know what I mean? He's talking about how they know the size of his genitals and shit like that. And it's just like, why did your daughter and your granddaughter know that? And then
it wasn't Morgan Freeman, was it?
Shut up.
And then, he in the thing talking about, he fighting urges and shit, and his granddaughter upstairs now, and he's smoking weed in his big hard and shit.
What?
Yeah, man, like, it's, and he typed this shit out. The lady screenshotted to me and told, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know if this is something I should, I can't post it. She's like, I don't want you to post it because he don't know that, it's my conversation. So it's like, nah, I don't even know what to do.
That's some weird shit.
That
Trump like his daughter too, right?
Yeah, he said if she wasn't his daughter, then he would date her.
He would smash, yeah.
That is nasty.
That's crazy as fuck.
It's crazy as hell. How can you?
Your own kids,
I can't.
man. Like,
I
come
can
on,
never
man.
look at my kids sexually. Like that is just
Kids, period, man. Like,
Right.
yo kids, anybody kids, like kids, period. Like that's just it's sickening and it's so disheartening. Like I said, who's
But
going to protect these children?
It's crazy, man, because they actually have a group of people. You can look this group up. They're called the MAPs, right? The Minor Attracted People. These are people who are actually pushing for pedophilia to be a sexual
Oh yeah,
preference.
I heard about that.
I think I need to end this broadcast tonight because if I don't, YouTube gonna block you.
Jesus
It's
take the
gonna
wheel.
block me because that's some bullshit.
Jesus take the wheel.
I remember
That's
when I
some
used to-
bullshit. So you trying to tell me that pedophiles trying to get some motherfucking rights around here?
Yeah. When they trying to add it to like the
The
LGBT.
LGBTQ, yeah, and they was like, "No, you're not adding
The
that shit."
hell
And it's
no.
crazy because when I used to drive Uber, I used to see the flag waving off some of these houses out in Royal Oak and Bloomfield.
They got a flag.
Yes, yes.
Oh shit.
It looks like the
The,
LGBT rainbow, but it's like
Oh.
pastel colors. It's like Easter colors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but this is like a pastel rainbow.
I thought you was talking about the LGBT flag. You talking
No,
about
I'm
the
talking about-
They
pedophile?
got
Yeah.
a pedophile
Flag,
flag.
yeah.
So we need to teach these kids about this damn flag. To stay away. You see that
Definitely.
flag run.
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
Run
can
like
somebody-
it's
can you
a,
send that to
um,
me?
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy, and I
I
ain't never heard of that. This is my first time hearing that. See, you learn something new every day. You supposed to, but yeah,
You
send
need to
that to
treat that
me.
bitch like the Confederate flag.
Okay,
Okay, I want no parts of that flag.
no, that's not cool. That
Crazy.
is not okay. But that just goes to shows how fucked up our society really is, though. It's messed up, and it's in our kids is dead set in the middle of it. But I feel like they got a fighting chance, though. They ain't gonna let this shit go on too much longer. They not.
Shit, we can't let the shit. They wanted to go on. They created this
Right.
monster.
They some sick.
No, I'm
motherfuckers.
talking about the kids.
Oh.
Our kids is not gonna continue on letting this shit
if we
going on.
instill in them the right
Yeah,
information
you know
and
what
not
I'm
allow
saying?
them to be persuaded, right, and guided by what's going on out here, and just letting them go with the wind blow
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
like everybody else letting their kids do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
T-Wade.
Structure. Y'all is really throwing shots tonight. Y'all is throwing shots after shot. They throwing shots tonight. Oh Lord, y'all done threw everybody underneath the
Yeah, let's
bus.
get out here,
man.
so I'm gonna make somebody mad.
On
That's
that.
gonna happen. Yeah, hate man, like, oh, you got a problem with it? Like,
Hell yeah, I got a
block.
problem.
I'll block your ass.
It is what it is. Everybody have an opinion. Like everybody got an asshole. It is what it is. You know. But these kids do need to be protected a little bit
Right.
more.
I'm mad because
And
I don't like the way yours smell. Clean it up, then. All right, I'm shutting up.
Man.
you know what? This is it. A Voicing with Queen, y'all. Everybody is we kind of heated up in here today, baby, and
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get banned off of YouTube for about a week or two or whatever, because this is crazy. But we are coming back, and we're gonna have part 2 of this conversation because I ain't done.
Yeah, we not done.
We ain't done. We ain't done. So we're gonna say good night to y'all. Don't forget to go check out the blog. I got 8 more new people on the blog for Black History Month. Don't forget to check Keish out this weekend. Where you say you're gonna be at again, Keish?
I'm with Sedalis Productions. So we on the west side with it, y'all. We at dang, what's it?
1400.
Bring the flyer next time so I can put it on the screen. Damn it.
It's we at 1400 Oakman
She don't even know where she
Boulevard.
at.
The name of the venue
'Cause
not
she
on
be
here. I got the
everywhere.
address
Because
so,
she be everywhere. She do you know how many shows she do? I'm so happy that she loves me enough to be here with me.
I ain't say all that, but no, I just playing. But no, look, y'all go on to DallasProductions.com. Y'all will get all the info for this weekend's event. Is Saturday. The show is actually from 8 to 11. So y'all come check us out.
Hey, y'all got something to do for y'all Valentine's. So if y'all didn't buy nothing or make plans.
Perfect date night.
Yeah,
for show.
perfect date night. We just gave you something to do. So thank us later.
Right.
So we'll holler at y'all next Thursday. Happy Valentine's
Happy
Day
Valentine's
to
Day.
y'all. See y'all. Deuces.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.